So the problem with dog parks is the fact that if you take your dog there, your dog's going to be off leash, of course, so it can play. So is everybody else's dog. And who's to say that every dog there is a well-behaved, just awesome, squared away, well-rounded dog. The problem you're going to run into is, let's say you're at the dog park and there's 5 dogs there. All those dogs are getting along. Your dog comes in, you let your dog off the leash, it runs, it plays for a minute. Of course, all the dogs are going to greet each other. The problem you're going to have there is if one of those 5 dogs decides it doesn't like your dog and it jumps your dog. The problem is, if your dog gets jumped by one of these dogs, that's going to feed the energy in that setting. So who's to say that now 3 of these dogs out of the 5 don't decide to start fighting or jump on your dog, and now you've just got a huge brawl on your hands. That is super traumatizing to a dog. What happens then, now your dog is going to be set in this mind state of being fearful of other dogs or fearful of those situations. That is where reactivity sets in. Now you have to go and either you yourself do it or you find a trainer to recondition this dog so this dog knows that not every experience is going to be a bad experience. Because again, you're going to have a reactive dog there, which could also turn to fear aggression or dog aggression, because now that dog sees in its mind that I went to the dog park and everything was cool and I got around these other dogs and I got attacked. Not only is it traumatizing for your dog, but it's traumatizing for you too. And then what happens is you lose your confidence in where you were at with your dog, and your dog feels that energy. And now that you're not confident, your dog's not confident, then who in this relationship is confident in these scenarios? So then what happens is your dog steps up and it becomes reactive, because it knows if it's reactive, it can push away that scary thing that is approaching. So that's a lot of what reactivity boils down to. So dog parks, yes, in theory, in a bigger picture, it sounds like an amazing idea, but let's face it, that's in a perfect world where every single dog that goes to the dog park is well behaved. Now, I'm not saying don't utilize the dog park. If you were to get with a friend and your dog has been around this dog plenty of times and they play perfectly together, then by all means, you and your friend go to the dog park, have a good time with your dogs. But I would be very, very cautious if you go to the dog park and there's a lot of strange dogs there that you've never seen before, your dog's never seen before. It doesn't matter about breeds. It doesn't matter if you have, 2 pit bulls, if you have 2 German shepherds, if you have 2 labs, if you have 2 chihuahuas, 2 shih tzus, whatever it may be. Just because it's the same breed of dog doesn't mean they're going to get along and they're going to play just fine together. So you have to be real cautious of that. Dog attacks on other dogs is huge. It is huge to that dog. It sets them back so bad. So it's our job to advocate for these dogs and not let that happen. So yes, in theory, dog parks are a great idea if every dog there is well behaved and well rounded. And let's face it, that's not always the case. So just be cautious when you go to a dog park. Learn your dog's body language, their posture, the signs that they're giving you. I see a lot of times dogs playing and you can tell that the other dog is actually nervous, scared, and afraid. And what happens there is, even though that dog is running around and it seems like it's playing, if you watch the body language and you watch for these signs, you can tell when your dog's almost had enough. When the dog's had enough and the other dog doesn't see these signs, your dog can react. Well, when your dog reacts, it's going to cause the other dog to react, and now you have a dog fight on your hand. So it's super important to be self-aware, dog-aware, and aware of your surroundings when at a dog park. Keep those things in mind.